Okay, we are going to get started with one of the May Club Q kits. This one is called Soak Up the Sun. This is another fun summery kit with some flip-flops on it that have a little intricate detail to some of the die cuts in here. Another simple one to put together, but it's a fun one for summer. So we will get started. We are suggesting for Powder Puff chalking inks, Sunset, Blue Hawaiian, and Summer Days. However, this has lots of color in it, so you can choose any colors you want to go with it. I actually chose a different orange and a different yellow. I have candy corn and lemon drop. So it kind of depends on if you like the brighter colors or more muted tones. You pick any orange, yellow, blue you would like to use. And we are going to get started with the cutting diagrams like we always do. Get that out of the way first. On the back here, if there's anything that needs to be cut, we normally have the cutting instructions at the top here. And we are going to go ahead and start with the 6.5 by 12 inch white paper. Looks like this. And we are going to get that cutting diagram out of the way. There's a diagram in there that looks like this that we will go by. I usually just set that right next to my workspace. I'm going to bring this in so you can see here where I'm cutting. And we are going to go by this diagram here. I normally just slide this in so I have it right next to me. And then I'm also going to get this ready because we will cut this next, this 5.5 by 12. So I will have that ready. Let's go ahead and get this diagram out of the way. So we already have, this is 6 1/4, so we are going to put it into 4 1/2 and trim. That gives us a 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. We are going to move it down and we are going to cut at 4. And this one is supposed to be a 4 by 6, so we need to trim a little off, put that into the 6 and trim. And if at any point I get going too fast, just hit pause. That's the beauty of having a video to go by. Just hit pause, get caught up, get your things cut, and then you can push play again. Okay, and then this last one is a 4 by 5, so we should have 4 inches left on the end, and then we turn it and trim it at 5. And this is a little scrap on the end. You can throw that away. I know a lot of times Quick Quilts does not throw away scraps. We use scraps a lot. And with that said, I want to mention real quick, if you are punching out die cuts, this piece out of your die cut, we are actually going to use this piece. So don't throw that away. It kind of looks like just a negative that you might not use it, but we are going to use it for a photo backer. So go ahead and hang on to that one if you're punching things out. Okay, so we have our 3 pieces from the diagram. And then next it says on here to cut the 5.5 by 12 blue paper into one 5.5 by 7.5 and one 4.5 by 5.5 piece. So we are going to pull this piece in. Move these out of the way real quick. And this is already at 5.5, so we'll turn it, cut it at 7.5. And that leaves us with a 4.5 by 5.5 piece on the end. And that's all the cutting that we have. So go ahead and set those aside. You can get your background papers out. It's the 2 stripe papers. And the first thing that we are going to do is actually line up the flowers. That's really the hardest part of this kit, is to match up which flower goes with which flower. So you can see here we are going to start on page 1 and we need the largest yellow flower. On top of that, we will have the largest white flower that has little holes in the petals here. There's one that's about the same size that doesn't, but we want the one that has holes in the petals there. We are going to lay that on top of there. And then we have, out of the blue, we have two that are the same size and have little holes in them. We're going to use one of those on top of this flower. The next one we need for that page is this medium flower. We're going to save this one for page 2. So we need this medium flower, which is this one here. Lay that out. The next one we need is, let's see, this is going to go here. See, this is the trickiest part. I'm going to get this figured out along here with you. Okay, this is what we have left for white flowers. So what we want is the largest one that is left. So grab that one. That flower is going to go underneath the blue with the holes in it. And then this one in the middle, it gets the yellow flower that doesn't have any holes in the petals. There's two over here that actually have holes. We want those saved for page 2. So for page 1, these are the flowers that we need. Page 2, we'll layer these up. Big blue flower, 2 medium white flowers. The smallest white goes on the big blue flower, and then the yellow go right on top. And as we go, you chalk these up any way you please. If you want to chalk them singly, you absolutely can. Do them different colors. I like to layer them together and use the same color all the way around. So you can go ahead, chalk these up, layer them together. You can glue each one together, or I'm going to actually glue them all. Put a little adhesive just in the middle. Oops, where did I set my piece here? Put more adhesive in the middle. And then what I am going to do is pick them up all as one piece and chalk them up. If you'd rather do them different colors, mix it up a little bit, you go right ahead. I'm just doing this for efficiency. So I'm gonna take candy corn, which is a bright orange. I typically like sunset or fall leaves, or actually, you know what? I am gonna use fall leaves. I have fall leaves here. I like that one. And a lot of times what I do with flowers is I take the petals and I fold them right in the middle. And then it just makes them pop up off the page just a little bit. Take each layer, I fold all the petals right in the middle. And it just bends them up a little bit to give them a little extra boost. Pop off the page. Then I'll take my chalking ink and I just run it around all of these at one time. Okay? So go ahead and do all of those. You can pause the video, chalk things up, have them ready to go. won't fold these just to make it quick, but your flowers for that page are ready. I'm going to put a little adhesive in the middle here. Do the same with these. And then our flowers will be ready to go, ready to layer onto our page. Okay, so the next step, and I'm just kind of getting these laid out a little bit. The next step is actually putting together our photo mats here. So you have two orange ones that are about 5 by 7, and then you have one that's a little bit shorter here. Excuse my nails, my son actually painted my nails and only did parts of them, and it's peeling off. So we can thank my son for my beautiful video nails today. Okay, so you can see on page 1, it actually starts with a layer of blue, orange, and then white. So you want your biggest blue piece, your 5 by 7 orange piece, and then your 4.5 by 6.5 white. And again, chalk these up as you go if you would like a little color on them. Go ahead and layer these on. And I'm not chalking every single piece, but you definitely should add some color, so hit pause, come back to us when you got everything chalked up. Okay, and I'm just gonna lay that on my first page here. Now my second page, it starts with the orange, then blue, then white. So your next 5 by 7 orange gets layered with the blue die cut piece from your sheet. And then you have 2 white pieces left, and you're going to want to use the larger white piece. Go ahead and put those together. Okay, chalk those up if you want to. Yellows, any of the yellows and blues would look really nice on this also. Okay, so we have this one done. Now the rest of the pieces get layered together. Orange, blue, white. I'm going to put a little yellow on this last one. And this is a pretty bright yellow, the Lemon Drop. I really like, when I go to use yellow, is Desert Sun. That one is toned down a little bit. It has a little bit of orange in it. I'm going to put Fall Leaves over this one, just to tone it down a little. But I really like the Desert Sun yellow. Okay, so we have all of our photo backers ready to go. And I'm just laying this out as I go. You can always pick it back up later. After you get photos in, glue it all the way down. If you are tacking things to your page right now, you want to make sure and not completely glue this down so you can peel that up and put a picture in there. The next step we are going to do is your quotes. So I have this trimmed out a little bit already just to have ready, but what we're going to do is actually trim out around the gray. So you want to go to here, you don't want to cut all the way through. This is still going to end up being one piece. And this doesn't have to be a nice, neat cut. It can go a little bit inside or outside it has a little bit of wiggle room, but it doesn't, it's gonna be covered up, so. And for those of you that don't know, we have our warehouse right at the train tracks. So I apologize for the loud train going by right now, but those of you who do know and do our online classes, which we have once a quarter, we have an online event, which is really fun. We do classes all day long, usually on a Saturday. So you get your class bundles sent to you, and we do 4 classes throughout the day. And with the train, every time a train goes by during the live classes, we give away prizes, so it's kind of fun. Okay, so once you have that out, go ahead and lay that flat, and we are going to just layer this right on top of it. So what I would do is get a glue pen and just make maybe a couple dots here, here, here. It doesn't have to be completely covered in adhesive. I don't have my glue pen over here, so I'm still gonna just use a little ATG double-sided tape here. But it doesn't necessarily have to be glued all the way across. And then just line that up. And that just gets layered at the bottom here. The other piece that is on your quote sheet that I cut out is a little journaling piece, which I don't see. Well, I cut it out and now I don't know where it went. So it is a little journaling piece that you cut out. It comes on this same sheet. You cut out this little journaling piece. It goes right onto the top of your tag. You should have a little piece of blue ribbon that goes into the top of your tag, and then your tag is done. You just tie a knot in that ribbon. I'm sorry, I can't find my little journaling sheet. Okay, I think the noise is gone. The train is by, so we can move on. But yeah, join us for one of our live events sometime. It's so fun. Full day of classes. We give away lots of prizes because every time a train goes by. Okay, so from there, you can go ahead and adhere down your flowers. You just don't want to put them over this unless you already have your pictures in. You want to put just a little bit of adhesive behind there. Go ahead and glue those down, just a little adhesive in the middle of the flower. And these a good tool is a glue pen on these as well. These get tucked right in behind here. And then page 2 is basically done. You just need to tie your ribbon, put your journaling piece on. Okay, moving back to page 1, we have our flip-flops. And again, with these, you don't need to cover the entire back with adhesive. You can just put a little here and there, maybe a few dots from your glue pen. And I'm going to just put a little bit here in the middle, just for my sample. These are really delicate, so if you do have a glue pen, it's much better to use than what I'm doing right now with an ATG gun. And then those just get lined up on there. There are 2 blue flip-flop pieces that come out of the middle, and they only match a certain way. So this one goes in this one. And I'm going to put a little adhesive here. And then go ahead and chalk these up too if you would like. I'm just going to do right around the edge of the top and bottom, just to add a little orange to it. Oops. So I'm just going to do right around here and the bottom. This would look really nice in green as well. So if you have like a green with envy or like the mermaid green. That one's kind of like a sea foam. And I'm just gonna lay these all right up here for right now, because the piece that we are going to put on next, and again, I would put just a little adhesive glue pin at the bottom, little around the edges here, and then that gets glued down. And the side with the little ball looking things on the end, that ends up being about 1 inch from the right edge of your paper. Once that is glued down, oh, it's about 1/2 inch from the top of your paper too. So 1/2 inch from the top, about 1 inch from the right edge, and then you can just start layering your embellishments on. So I would lay them out so you have them where you want them. I'm doing it just like the directions show, but you feel free to put these wherever it works for you in your pictures. If you want to put another photo in here with another little photo backer or something, there's room. You could scoot this over and do another little photo in there. The last step would be to glue your buttons. There's a small orange one for this side, small orange one, a tealish blue color, tealish blue, and then 2 orange ones over here. See how simple that was? But I just love this kit. It's bright, it's fun, it gets you ready for summer, but super simple. We kind of threw that together in less than 1/2 an hour. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy Club Q this month. We appreciate you being a member, and if you have any questions, you just let us know. And thanks for being a member. We will see you next time.